Bodies of Mrs. Vincent and the children found in the basement families. The medical examiner estimates they were dead for at least 3 days. The air conditioning system in the house was turned on.
Yes, and we have sound. We're good. I hope so. Why is it gone now? Can you hear me? Oh, wait. God damn it. Okay.
Go. Can you? Go. Yes? Yes. Good night, child. Good night, mother.
I
You
fixed
can hear
it.
Delana.
I fixed it.
Can you hear me now? Do I have to do it all over again?
Yes.
Okay, we're doing it again. Because, oh man, guys, look what you've done.
I haven't done this in a while, okay? This is like the first time I've been doing it in a while.
Let's be real. If it's not a Lasers and Lace show, if we don't have some sort of like technical difficulties.
Yeah, because like.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Good evening, and welcome to the Lasers and Lace News Desk Report. In tonight's top story, President of the Galactic Feline Federation, Tommy McTickles, visits Earth to show us an amazing breakthrough in interspecies communication that the feline race has been developing. Katarina Katana, the current VP, contacted Earth only a few years ago, hinting at such an innovation, but explained that it was not her place to reveal any details unless she received 20 tons of cat treats, 2 hours of stroking, and some haddock. Telepromoter practice, shout out to Mr. Manic Velocity. For whatever reason, that exact teleprompter practice was one that he had sent me about a year ago to the day almost. And we thought it was funny that instead of having our intro, we would have the Feline Galactic news anchor report for today. So there you go, guys. other than that, how are you all doing, Delana? I haven't spoken to you in a week, it feels like.
I know. It's been forever. Why did
I know.
this? And I've been good.
You broke it
It,
again?
what did,
Did we break it? I don't know if we broke it. Can
Nobody
people
said
hear me?
anything. Can you hear us? Can you hear
Can you
both of
hear
us?
us?
Because I unmuted everything now.
The mic says it's working, but
Somebody say something.
Hunter says he can
Okay.
hear you both.
Good.
Hey, we're happy with
That's
that
all we
then.
need.
We are very happy.
All right. So we have Sasha is on cam. She's purring loudly because she has all of her blankets there. And you have me, Delana, and Ivy here, and we're going to talk about
All the things.
things.
All the things.
Some of it's Eve stuff.
It might be
Maybe.
useful.
All right. So we have a new Quadrant coming out called New Dawn.
I'm pulling it up so we can talk more, because I honestly, as somebody who is an industrialist, I am absolutely super stoked to see how they're going to try and unfuck the industry changes, because I have been a very sad panda in regards to the industry things, and I went from doing so much industry to no industry because nobody wants to mine anymore because they can't use their work wool. So, New Dawn, the age of prosperity. So it says that the fourth quadrant, which began on today, it says, introduced significant changes to mining and resources, changes to mining, compression, and resources. During the time, there's been a significant update to the distribution of resources in the universe and equally significant changes to how ships are manufactured. Come September, everything will be changed, as discussed back in 2020. It says New Dawn will bring increased resources throughout the universe, extensive updates to mining, a comprehensive rebalancing of Eve's mining ships, and equally significant updates to resource compression. I am hoping and praying to God that this means I can finally compress moon goo, which weighs a ton and fills up my Rorqual in like not even a full siege cycle because it's so fat. Like my Rorqual is fat, not with a pH though. It's just a big old fat Rorqual. The kinky crab. They're all talking about new exploration sites. So along with exciting changes to the economy, there's going to be 4 new challenging exploration sites. So they're going to have the Aegis Capital Ship Security Facility scattered through low-sec and features a heavily guarded security vault ripe for ransacking. Covert pilots will find much to plunder here. They're also talking about a secure transfer facility, which will be found in low-sec and wormhole space. The secure capital construction forges. An escalation site is revealed to players who complete the security transfer sites successfully and is fiercely defended. You'll have to bring significant firepower with your marauders and dreadnoughts to have any hope of looting this facility.
I have it on screen.
We are just before the red laser icon picture. Yes, that one. I'm around there. And then it says to help you tackle these new sites in style, there will also be a special 25% offer on select ship skins recommended for exploration sites, including skins to popular T3 cruisers in the new Eden store from the 9th to 16th of November. And then also in the New Dawn thing, they discussed that FanFest is returning, which I know everybody, unless you live under a rock, you should be aware of that, FanFest has returned, because I'm going to be there. I know Delana's going to be there.
I will be there. Yeah.
All the people need to be there.
Ticket has been bought. Now we just need to figure out what we're doing.
Where are we staying?
Because we want to go places.
Delana, you hid me under the thing.
I know. I'm sorry.
Hello, I'm over here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It's gonna be how it is right now.
The also exciting thing for this weekend is the semifinals and finals for the AT tournament are this weekend. So if you happen to be in the Toronto area, folks, Eve North is doing an AT viewing party. The information is up in our Eve North Discord, and I can throw it up also in the Lasers and Lace Discord after the show here for anybody if you're in the Toronto area. We have rented out the party room of a bar to have for 6 hours to yell and cheer as the AT tournament goes on. Which then, let's scroll down here, Delana. The holidays are upon us. Volatile ice storms once again travel through the freshly invigorated New Eden. I love ice belts. I don't know about anybody else, but I really like mining ice. Yeah, it's one of my things to do. Um, so the volatile ice storms are going to have, the white storm combat sites, hacking sites, ice mining sites, ice storm filaments, festive ship skins and rarefaction modules and more. I'm not a fan of their I'm a skin whore. Everybody knows this, but I'm not a fan of the Yulai Christmassy skins that they come out with. I don't like the snowball launcher and stuff like that. I get people like that. It's just annoying. The singles day 2-for-1 sale on November 11th, which is today. You get twice the impact of alpha injectors and skill extractors. A special Black Friday sale on November 26th is coming up with daily gifts from the 26th to the 30th, and further discounts during Cyber Monday on the 29th of November. So there's quite a lot of stuff coming out. A new storytelling hub, Eve Universe, launched on November 11th. Replacing the current fictional portal, Eve Universe will offer extensive repository of stories and lore behind the game. As for the story themselves, you can expect richer narratives and plenty of intrigue as the new Eden continues to flourish into the future. Who knows what will await? So we do have quite a lot of information that came out in this new Quadrant update. And part of me feels like the mining redistribution thing is supposed to happen tomorrow, but for whatever reason, part of me also wants to say today. But there was no changes that were updated today. There was no extended downtime for they normally do with big patches and stuff. So maybe I'm just out of the loop, which, let's be real, guys, that would not surprise me here. Somebody in the audience, if I'm talking out my butt here, you can chime in and tell me that I'm wrong. But, Nick Bison, I still mine a bunch. Sell me your ore, please. I want ore. Give me the stuff, please. I need to make the things. But who else is excited about New Dawn? Delon, I know you're not much of an industrialist and you just like to do the logi stuff and pew pew.
Yep.
But have you heard any of your little corpies and stuff talking about this and getting the hype, or what do you think?
Haven't really. I know, yeah, there's been, kind of mixed reviews from my court mates so far, but where did my cursor go? Okay,
It disappeared.
I get it back. But I don't know. I just like any changes that mix things up and at least make people stop complaining.
Riker, me with my shitloads of ore and perimeter be well, you can contact me from perimeter. I'll buy it. And then what I do with it from there, not your problem anymore, bud. Let's be real. Wink. Wink. Come on.
Yeah, so, yeah. I don't really have much of an opinion on that because, like you said, I'm not much of an industrialist. I just buy my stuff from everybody else, and blow up people. That's what I do. I'm a, nullsec.
You're pew-pewer.
A filthy nullsec blobber.
So, you filthy nullsec blobber here. How are you feeling about the AT tournament so far? I feel really bad for some of these guys who came out because, you've got these little nobody corps / alliances that are itty, 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 against freaking powerhouse coalition, ginormous industry peoples, and they're just out of the water. It's how do people feel that these matchups are fair at all? Watching somebody get annihilated in 5 seconds is not fun for me.
I mean, there's been some pretty dramatic mix-ups. Or not, well, just some, teams that you always expected would win, the teams that have won the AT in the past, Tuskers.
Did you see that Nightmare lost? That was up there from the other weekend?
And
that was
going
massive.
to pull up the brackets. Let's see.
Look, Mom, we're talking Eve. Are you happy? Look.
I know, right?
Mama Redline's I'm so proud.
Yeah, so this is on the challenge site. Challenge.
Challenge.
It just makes me feel like I'm spelling challenge wrong every time I type it, but that's
Is it the French version? This is the challenge.
le
Sorry,
challenge.
sorry, Phil. I really am not sorry.
But okay, so it's up here. So this is the winners bracket. Yeah. So the site's kind of funky. So yeah, we're down to like what is it?
Like
The
psychotic tendencies and rote control.
quarterfinals. Yeah. So these
We
are
form Volta and Darkseid. Hydra Reloaded versus Hydra Reloaded. How the hell does that work?
Hydra and Vidra.
Like, is that just like the yin and the yang of the same group of guys who work together?
Now I know Vidra, they're Russian because Vidra it means otter in Russian. So it's kind of just like a meme off of Hydra,
So we
as
got
far
this
as I
thing that
know.
like breaks clams on its belly versus this mythological Hercules freaking double-headed craziness thing. Like,
Yep. And then so down here, this is the losers bracket. So we have Tuskers in the losers bracket.
against Snuffed Out. Oh, that'd be an interesting
Yeah,
match.
it's Snuff. Tempest, I know Tempest was a lot of people's favorites. Um, it, some of my friends I know, like in
I
Snuffed
was
Out, they've
actually
managed.
saw. I was actually shocked about the Hidden Leaf Ninja Village Association versus Forsaken Empire. Uh, I was shocked that Forsaken managed to beat them there. That was a surprise win from Forsaken when I was watching it. Like I've Chaser, who's the leader of Forsaken, he's a really good guy. But I like they're PvP keen. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say they're PvP pros, but they're definitely super keen and they'll just throw shit at anything. So like good for good for you guys on winning that matchup. Like that was not expected at all. And then like I feel bad. Like poor Rick Stravix, a band apart against We Form Volta. Like how fair of a matchup is that? Really? Like come on, guys. Or maybe I'm just, or even Fancy Pants Alliance versus what could possibly go wrong. Like, why? Like, I'd rather have seen Wrong versus like Forsaken, and then, or Wrong against a band apart. Like, just like the smaller size alliances, kind of duking it out versus like the big. Maybe this is CCP pleas that I can throw out there. Like, if you were over so many XYZ people, like they can have like I don't know, like the big subdivision, like what's hockey? There's like the majors and the minors. Maybe we can have like a minor AT division and then like a major AT division.
Yeah, I don't.
Fancy Pants won. I was proud because they were basically Horde. It just shows random. Krause says it just shows randomness, and maybe they wanted the power teams a chance to warm up before any. That's not fair to the small guys, though.
I
Here's
mean,
your warm up match.
you had enough of like the buy-ins. Like if you had enough money, you could just buy your way right into the AT. So it's like you either buy it in or you just have to earn it the hard way, you know? So, but I mean, we've seen some shakeups here. Like there's some things that like, you know, the smaller team that nobody would give a chance to managed to win. Like Darkseid beating Tuskers. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know more about the teams, but I just know that Tuskers. I've watched them win the AT before, and they were like huge favorites, and like to see the upset was like, oh.
Mm.
And
I'm actually more interested. Like scroll back down to the losing matches there. I'm actually more interested in seeing the smaller, like losers round 3 matches. Like I want to see Tuskers and stuff, and Forsaken Empire against Exodus. Like these are smaller. Like stuff's obviously not smaller, but like the Forsaken one, I want to see. I want to see Forsaken and Exodus because that to me sounds like it's going to be a good matchup. Fancy Pants Alliance and Network, that sounds like it's going to be a good matchup. Ride My Turtle and Deepwater Hooligans, again, that sounds like a really good matchup. So I'm actually more interested in seeing the loser matchups than the winner matchups at this point now.
yeah, and that's always going to be good because like some of these people, like if they lose, they're probably out. So
Mm-hmm.
now. You got everything to lose here. So,
Which brings me then to the NFTs, and I forgive me if you don't know much about them, Delana, because I really don't know
I
much about them either. But like the way I've read it is, depending on if you lose or win, as long as you get a final blow in AT, you'll get one of these NFTs. Is that how it's being read properly? Like you blow someone up, you get an NFT.
I get. I've been asking people like, what? It's like one of those things where it's like I still don't know what an NFT is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to
It's
ask.
it's like the way I describe it, it's kind of like it's cryptocurrency, but it's not cryptocurrency.
Mm.
It's something that exists only online, and like you can buy and sell and trade it. But like I was reading Twitter earlier today, and this comment for me just it won for the day. It was from Dr. Vicarins. Dr. Vic is what I'm going to call you. NFTs to me are the beanie babies of this generation. Outside of the environmental concerns, I just flat out reject any real value in imaginary assets that don't have any real scarcity. I'm like, yeah, Beanie Babies, I think, is a great way of describing this.
Yeah, because I remember that whole thing, but it's just like I don't know what's going on, and I know there's all the stuff about the monkey pictures.
Just keep it going on. And I'm
I
about
don't
to
know,
say,
but it's just like cool. It's I don't know a little bit more to it than
just the things, the
just
things.
the things. I have no idea, but I'm just like good for you. If somebody can I don't know explain better. Yeah,
What our lovely audience say? What's the lovely audience say?
explain to me like I'm five because I don't know.
Charlie says cat coworker found cat girl coin and is melting his next few paychecks on cat girl and why no? Like it's basically Bitcoin or Ethereum
Yeah, and then like yeah,
or
some of that.
Dogcoin or whatever the hell that was, and like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what any of this means. So I don't know. Good for them. However this works, and because I know some people are up in a tizzy about it. I'm just like I have no idea what anybody's talking about.
I I
So
don't see like okay, yes, it's another avenue for CCP to make money, but at the end, why? Like, why CCP? Just we're gonna throw this money. It's my fault. I showed him crypto and he's going down a rabbit hole with it. Like, you should feel horrible. Look what you've done to your poor coworker.
yeah, my brother has asked me before, like, do you ever think you would get into crypto? And I was like, no.
So
Just I'm not.
I have a buddy. I kid you not. And he got into Bitcoin right when it first came out and, made the miners, did the things and whatnot. And we have a mutual friend. So my mutual friend moved away a while ago. And suddenly he was back in town. And I'm like, what are you doing back in town? He's like, yeah, I'm in town emptying Dave's house. And I'm like, why are you emptying Dave's house? They're like, well, he moved. And I'm like, where did he move to? They're like, Ecuador. I'm like, why the hell did he just up and move to Ecuador? He's like, well, he cashed out his Bitcoins. I'm like, what do you mean he cashed out his Bitcoins? Oh, he's got 14 million USD. So he cashed out his Bitcoins and said, fuck it, I'm moving to Ecuador. And off he went. So he's got this crew of people that's coming in, throwing stuff that he might want to keep into storage, signed away his car, like it's freaking Bitcoin. Like, what the hell? It's fake money on the internet. And 14 million American? Like, thank you, I guess. Like, oh man. People and their time and money and the things.
Oh yeah, it's for
Yeah,
people who
fake
don't
money worth 60K a coin.
right click save as because there's something about like saving the image. I don't know. I don't know about the stuff, and I don't want to get involved in it if I don't know anything about it because I've never been much of like a gambler. I don't know about putting my money in weird stuff that could just go away because it's like I just started making more money again, and then I need to be throwing it at FanFest things, not at fake money things.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I went to Vegas and I did the whole, put $20 in the machine and try to win money. And I got up to like $300, and then I lost the $300. So like I you want the bonus round again, and you want the machine to do the funny lights and the funky music, and they just eat your money. Mind you, I've been watching those videos because my buddy Dom really likes like the coin pusher stuff that he likes talking about. So when I go to Vegas at some point again, I do want to find those coin pusher thingamabobbers. But when in Rome. Did I have fun gambling? I liked watching the machine do the funny thing and get to pick the things to make it do other random things. Like, yeah, that was fun. But I would have preferred to walking away with 3 hours.
Yeah, I never gamble when I go to Vegas. I didn't do it this Vegas. I've never done it before at any other Vegas. Like, usually for me, Vegas is just like Eve Vegas is for us to all hang out and just like hang out with people. Like I have a casino here. If I wanted to throw my money away, I could go to the casino downtown.
There's literally one in the town right beside me. Like, same idea. Like, if I wanted to go throw $20 or something, I should. But I have no luck. I got in with $100, and like 5 minutes later, I'm broke again. Like, what? I work hard for my money. I don't want to give it to you, Mr. Casino Man.
Yeah, it's like, well, you could make more. I'm like, well, it's not likely. And then they're trying to like with that, the more money you get, they want you to put it back in, and then you'll just lose it all anyway. So then it's just like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So my dad once, it's like one of those start the car stories. So my dad's like, he was having a really bad day, and we were coming home from. I had just signed for my brand new car, and this was years and years and years ago. And my dad's like having a really bad day, and he's like, I need money. I got a bill to pay. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, Dad, going to the casino to win money to pay a bill isn't how the casino works. Like, you don't go in there demanding money out of the casino because you never get money, right? So he's like, well, let's just go. And I'm like, okay, well, my dad just drove an hour and a half with me just to go make sure that I signed the car properly. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll entertain this. So we get to the casino, and I had all of like $40 on me. And I go to the first machine, and I'm, wandering around, and it's the Gremlins. And I'm like, I like the Gremlins. And it's like one of those games where you're supposed to sit in the chair and the whole thing moves. And
Oh, wow.
I'm like, okay, I want to try this because, the whole thing's going to move if something happens. So let's try this. So I put my $20 in, and I spin it once, and right off the hop, the mini jackpot thing, whatever, dropped, and I got $100. And I'm like, cool, cash out. So now I've got $120. And I'm like, look at me go. I have just, doubled my money effectively. So I wander around the corner, and there's a Monopoly game. And I'm like, ooh, I like Monopoly. I'm going to play Monopoly, right? And I'm like, oh, it's $1 a pull. I'm like, I normally stick to the penny machines, guys. Penny machines. That's where it's at. But it was $1. But it was Monopoly. And anybody who knows me knows that Monopoly is my favorite game in the entire world. I will play Monopoly over and over and over and over again. And I don't want Boardwalk. I want the slums because I'm going to kill you in the slums. So, I'm like, well, I got $120 here. I'll put my 20 in. And I'm still walking out with $100. Like, I'm still up. Like, who cares? So, spin one, spin twice, spin three. Ding, 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 ding. I get the bonus. And I'm like, what the hell? So now I'm up to like $730, right? So I cash out. I take my little ticket stub, and I go up to my dad, and I'm like, Dad, we need to leave. He's like, why? I'm like, and so I show him the ticket stub. I'm like, we need to leave. He's like, give me that. I'm like, no, we need to leave. He's like, no. So I'm like, okay, so I've got $743 now. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to go find the cash out place, and I'm going to go cash out. So I go around the corner, and they have old school Flintstones, like the cartoon. And I'm like, well, I'm up $743. I'm going to put my little stub in here, and I'm going to pay for $43 worth of games because when in Rome. Delana, I fuck you not. I got the bonus within like 4 spins on that one too. And I got, because I had all this money, I set the machine for max bet, max spin. So when I got the bonus round, it was a max everything bonus. So the game does its thing. And sometimes during games that if you get so many other things, it gives you more spins.
Mm-hmm.
I was up to like 600 spins on this like 25-cent machine, freaking Flintstone machine, right? So by the time it finishes going off, I've got this like crowd kind of standing around me, right? And they're like, hand payout, hand payout. And so my dad comes wandering around the corner. He's like, what's going on here? And I'm like, I broke the machine. He's like, this is you? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, what are you up to? I'm like, $2,500. Like, we need to leave. Like, I'm done here. So my dad, he's like, okay, 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 we're gonna leave, we're gonna leave, we're gonna leave. And then as we're walking out, he's like, 20 more bucks, 20 more bucks. I'm like, as long as after 20 more bucks, we can leave. And he's like, okay, okay, okay. I don't know what it was about this casino. I have never had any good luck in a casino ever. And so sure as shit, I threw the 20 bucks into the gremlin machine again because it was by the entrance. So by the exit, we're leaving. Another fucking $200. So I'm like, Dad, we're just gonna split this 50-50. And he's like, well, no, no, it's your money. It's your money. I'm like, I walked in here with 40 bucks. I am more than doubled my money right now. Like, here you go, pay your bill. I've got money to like blow for a little bit. We're gonna go, let's go. And away we went. Like, that's my favorite casino story ever to tell. So sorry for those that had to come along, but it is what it is. Live with it.
All right, that's your one squirrel story
Yep.
for this stream. But wow, yeah, I've never been that lucky. So I just a quick detour back to Eve stuff, cause like looking at this, I just wanted to show everybody. So apparently the Eve Universe Fiction portal was released today.
Ooh, I want to see this. I haven't looked yet.
So it's called Eve Universe. The new Eve Online fiction portal is live now because for the longest time they did nothing with their fiction stuff. Like they got rid of the people who wrote the stories. Like when I first started playing Eve, I loved reading the stories. I went through all of them,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just like there was never any more new ones. But so this has all the stuff about the empires, the entire story. Um,
There
all
was
the
a dude
stuff.
on there
So
was a
here's
dude on Facebook selling all of his Eve magazines, books, like all of the stuff that you used to be able to get years and years and years ago. He's like, yeah, garage sale. And people on the Facebook group were like, dude, I will pay for shipping. Mail me that.
So this is how it looks. It's pretty nicely laid out. They even have like the empires, the different categories, because you got the chronicles. It's good. Empires, factions, all this stuff. Because like, there's just so much lore to it. I know there's so many lore nerds, and it's just like it was kind of an injustice for them to just like it was ignored for the longest time, and now we have something cool.
I
So
wonder
that's
how many of our residents lore masters actually got involved in the undertaking for this.
I
Like,
don't know.
I'd be
I'll have to
curious.
ask for that for next time, but it is universe.eveonline.com. So it's a lot easier to get to, a lot easier to find because it was kind of like hidden before. So that is really neat.
Thank you for following someone random.
someone someone random. Have you gone through the lore and then visited the systems like Old Man Star? I have not.
I
Um,
specifically a couple months ago made the trek because I had never been to the Eve Gate or to go see like the monolith, big black blobby thing that just like I don't understand it. But I went and saw it in my little shuttle. The locals let you in, but they don't let you out.
yeah, like there was the whole like lore run where you had to go run around to different sites, and it's like I tried that once at a scepter, and I'm like just trying to get to like I've seen the Eve Gate, and I think I got in the system and they were gate camming it, and I got blown up, and I'm like, okay, I really don't care enough to try this again. So it's just stuff like that. I mean,
I'm not
we've done
going
some field
again.
trips, but that involves going out of nullsec, so there's that too.
Well, high sec and low sec is scary when you live in null. It's I don't. There's too many neutrals. I don't want to
Yeah,
be
like
there.
just going into Jita, and there's so many neutrals everywhere, and I'm like, and we had to remind ourselves like, it's
Don't
fine.
shoot.
The
Don't shoot.
neutrals will not attack you in high sec, as long as they're neutral. I mean, if they're war decked, which Horde always is, the flashy red ones are bad. So those are very obvious, but just the grays, it's just instinctively we're like, it's a newt, and it's like no, it's nothing to worry
So
about in high sec.
I wonder, Delana, now thinking about with all these new changes that they've done, including with like the lore stuff, like For me, my favorite fan fest was 2017 because they did the whole like live action role play event thing and had people running around the Harpa looking for things and stuff like that. I wonder, with now this being like our first fan fest in 2 years, that they're gonna bring that back because that was phenomenal. On top of like all this lore stuff that they're doing,
It's
like
like the first fan fest in. It will be 4 years.
yeah,
First Iceland Fan Fest in 4 years.
yeah, because they did the last one was 2018 because they did the world tour for
Yeah,
2019.
yeah, and then it didn't happen this year. It didn't happen in 2020. So I'm just beyond excited for it, and just such hype. And we're just like trying to figure out, what extra stuff we want to do. And I was just like, oh,
So in Iceland, now you've got me scrolling again. There's the black sand beaches where they filmed Game of Thrones, but
uh-huh.
there's similar black sand beaches where they actually bake bread and stuff on the beaches because of the geothermal activity underneath the island. The beach sands will like heat up to the point where they can actually dig a hole, bury their pot with their bread or whatever, and then they put like stones and stuff on top of it to tell people, "Hey, I'm baking here." And like they cook their food with like the geothermal heats and stuff. So now I want to like find out where this is so I can go have sand beach bread because it sounds like something you do once in your life, and away you go.
And hopefully, like, the volcano
They
right
bake
now.
rye bread, yeah.
The volcano, I know some people were like making tea, like next to the volcano, like near the lava,
Sand beach dining,
because it got
exactly.
hot enough to like heat the water, I guess. Um, I hope it's still going when we go there, because there was some months that it was inactive, but then it becomes active again, and I don't know if they could really tell like how
Do
long
you
it
know
keeps
what,
going.
Delana, though? I think between you and I don't know if you want to go, but if you want to go, I'll go with you. I still want to go to the lava field and see it. Like,
Well, if I remember correctly, it's somewhere that's like it's near that road that goes between Keflavik and Reykjavik.
it's like
Um,
Highway 1, which is the whole
yeah,
island. It
but
goes
it's
all the
like
way around.
it's kind of near the airport. I know, like when it first erupted, they were kind of concerned that it was gonna go across the road, so they closed the road for like one day. But so
I wonder if
it's
they're
not
going to
like
do
on
the
the
bus.
exact opposite side. It's actually fairly close to where the airport is and where Reykjavik is. So maybe that's like one of our
CCP
options.
stops to go see the
May-
bus.
Maybe, hopefully, because they haven't announced a whole lot more yet for details about FanFest, but they said like there's going to be other exciting things that they have yet to announce, and I hope so because it's been 4 very long years,
I want
and
to see the volcano.
and yeah, I'm so excited. Even though we are in a new place from where it's been the past few years, it's no longer at Harpa, which is a pretty building, so that was kind of sad. But
But I felt like even with the Harpa, like they didn't utilize the whole building. Like they
well, I'm sure
only
you only get
utilized.
like certain parts of it.
I
Like
don't know. It just felt like there was more they could have done that they weren't able to do.
like I'm sure like the more rooms that you get is like more that you have to pay for to reserve it, I'm sure. So I don't know.
Random dog at home. My apologies, guys.
That's
How do
loud.
I?
He's all like, "There's a cat." Bark, bark. But Space Gator says FanFest 2017 was wild, was there, and very weird seafood dishes. No, Space Gator, I again, if I hadn't gone to FanFest in 2017 and met all the crazy people, and there's an aggro child here, and met all the crazy people that I had met and made all the friends I did that year, I don't honestly know if I'd still be playing Eve because it was 2017 that sucked me deeper into the community aspect side of it, along with a whole bunch of other things. Like that was the the event that made me want to stay and eat.
And by the way, just a little primer for the people that are wondering. This new event venue that we'll be at. It's I wouldn't even know where to begin to pronounce it. So just a little fun thing here. This is the resident Icelandic streamer Bjorn B, everybody's favorite. And because I asked him like, how on earth did I pronounce this?
How do I pronounce Laugardalshöll? The way I just said it.
There's no audio.
Laugardalshöll.
Uh, hold on.
Oh, that was me. I'd unmute Twitch. My bad.
I mean, yeah, because you're not gonna hear it. But
I
alright,
want to
let's
hear
just-
How
this.
do I
Say it
pronounce
again.
Laugardalshöll? The way I just said it. Laugardalshöll. That last part is really difficult for you because it's got that
I'm
double
not
L.
saying that.
Laugardalshöll.
I know,
Good one.
Hunter. I just finished 12-hour shift.
Yeah, so
Ivy
I
brain is
just-
tired, so
I just can't. So, for anybody who is wondering, yeah, that probably didn't help at all, but, it just sounds like he sneezed.
2. Where are we going? At 2. We're going to the zoo.
So
Beside
we're
at
going
2.
to, I don't know, the event place. That's probably just
A
what I'm
two.
gonna call it. There's like, there's a sports kind of
It's
building.
beside the zoo.
Yeah, so we could go to the zoo, the Reykjavik Zoo. We're gonna have to spend at least like one day just going around Reykjavik, going to all of the museums and.
I loved going to the church and going up the elevator to the very top and paying.
Ooh,
Like, it was
I've seen the
$10.
outside of it, but I haven't been inside.
So the inside of the church is absolutely phenomenal. I didn't choose the best day to go up in the elevator to go to the top of that tower, but the view of the city it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, because isn't it like the tallest building in Reykjavik?
Yeah. Space Gator says super true Ivy, going to an Eve event really pulls you in. Yeah, I'm no turning back now, people. You're stuck with me. Look what you've done.
Yeah, well, besides like
Nico Nari, thank you for following.
Well, actually, oh yeah, in Reykjavik at least, it's Hallgrímskirkja. Hallgrím's church. Because it's basically like Hallgrím's church.
Let me see if I can
Hallgrímur-
find the picture I took from the top of it, and then you
Hallgrímur.
can show the stream. Let me see if I can find it, guys. I'm gonna look for you. Because when I went to Iceland in 2017, I bought a brand new digital camera, and I took 3,300 pictures.
It looks so
So-
pretty.
Let me see if I can find that photo for you, because I know where I put it on Facebook, kind of ish. Let's see if I can find it somewhere around
So
here.
while you look for that, it's just like I'm looking forward to that because I know I've kind of been burnt out a little bit in Eve since the end of the big war between goons and everybody. Because the war just kind of petered out and they're like, okay, we're going home. And I was like, oh, right. So I haven't played a whole lot since then, honestly. And I know Vegas was the thing. That happened a few weeks ago, and it was fun. It was a fun time. Sasha's coming. But it wasn't really as much about Eve as just like hanging out with Eve people. And
Seeing your
FanFest
friends.
is a nice FanFest is a nice combination of that because that's going to be back to having the presentations and the panels and having more devs there. Like we had like 3 devs at Vegas, but I mean at FanFest it'll be everybody probably, and it's just the real like Eve event experience and like where they make Eve basically.
This is where they make Eve.
As for anyone hesitant about Space Nerd Strangers, everyone is super nice to each other. Says
And I
the
think they're
Space
gonna
Gator.
do that pass thing like Eve London did recently, where they're gonna have like green, red, and yellow passes. So like if you're green, it means you're open for hugs. If you're yellow, you're open for like handshakes and fist bumps. And if you're red, it's like no, just stay the fuck away from me.
Which I think
know
that's
she-
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Because it's nice to know because mine will be green. I will
Mine's-
hug people. And
mine's
I always
blue.
like, I'm just kind of like, do you want a hug? And it's kind of awkward to ask that, but it's going to be nice just to have a little thing.
I don't know if you can pull up our Discord message, Delana, between I sent you some pictures, so that just show them easier on the stream. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sending you a bunch of pictures because these are the things that I found by the church when I was after I came out of the church. Like, how can you say no to this? And then the food. Oh my god, the food, people.
I'm going to open them in browser. So it'll be easier to see. Oh, I just need it. I need it. It needs to be May, like, now.
Which one? like the graffiti around the towns were just like super neat.
Yeah, if anything, it's kind of like it's kind of funny because like Reykjavik has like such its own attitude, I guess you could say, and I don't
And the
know.
part that I thought also like super cool is like the architecture around the city is like it's like ghetto, 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 and then you get this really cool older style. I took a picture of a wall, but you'll understand what I say in a minute. But it's I don't know. It's just I liked the look of it, and
So
again,
here's the church. I guess that's the view
that's the
from
view. That's the
from
view
the
from the
top.
street. So if you're looking, so I was standing obviously down in front of the statue, and then I was pointing my camera up. Again, I am no photographer by any means, but as you can see, that is the view from the top of the tower. And then if you go to the next picture, that's one of the views going out towards the water of the city. Yeah. So then you like that's how far out you can see. Like it's just so freaking neat.
Yeah, and then there's food.
The food, oh my god, people,
Oh.
like, the food is phenomenal.
I mean, they have more than that, but I remember they had like really good like soups and um
And like if you've never, I'm looking for the I have like I call it the alien landscape photo, but like you got like normalcy all around, and then if you go out towards like the Blue Lagoon Springs, like it suddenly looks like an alien freaking marshland. Like, oh, where'd that picture go? It's under.
or
I know where it
there's
is.
the yeah, some of the graffiti. I mean, some of it was more like actual murals, like as actual art.
But like this is the what the countryside kind of
There's a
like looks
cat.
like.
What are you doing? Come here. Come say hello to everybody.
Here you go, Delana.
This is the other cat. This is Tai Tai. He does not like being held. What? Okay. Oh, he's complaining.
He's like not happening. And then like
No.
the blue lagoon, the water around the blue lagoon, it's blue. Like a weird
Surprise.
blue. No, but it's a weird blue. Like, look at this. Like it's so weird.
It's also a geothermal plant output pond, basically.
Yeah.
Because this is the yeah, the landscape is just so crazy looking. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's been like, you know, so many places, so many movies have filmed there to make it just look otherworldly or
But
like
I
it's on
can
an alien
see,
planet.
yeah, I can see them using like the land like this landscape as like some sort of like random, and I don't know if that's like an old lava field that's now got moss growing over it,
I
but
mean,
like
most likely.
it's just so freaking cool. Like you're just driving along and there's like boom and then this randomness. Hi, cue the mirage.
And then there's the oh, like
So like it's blue. So like the weird's like this the water's like this weird funky blue color.
yeah, there's the well, I sized it better. But yeah, and it has high mineral content. Like people go in, it makes your skin feel nice, and they sell all sorts of I don't know soaps or whatever they make out of it.
All I'm saying is I
Sasha's
did
gone.
the miracle. This is supposed to make you like your skin phenomenal bullshit crap, and I don't really notice any difference from the stuff that I use here at home. Just saying, save your monies, people. I'm looking for the other pictures.
Yeah, I have. I mean, yeah, because I went out to the Golden Circle,
That was so much fun.
and that's like an hour or so outside of Reykjavik, just going straight east or so. And that's where they have a lot of the geysers. I think that's actually where they have Geysir, the original geyser, where some map maker just went over there in the 1800s, and he was like, "What's that?" And they said Geysir, and so he's like, "Okay, they're all called geysers." So that's why that became like the
thing.
generic name for it. But like, there's one that's like the original name called Geysir.
Here you go. I got it for you.
Butchering the Icelandic, but
There you go. I'll send you a picture. Here you go, Delana.
it's just like, oh, it's so cool.
Here you go.
What? Oh yeah, yep.
I took a picture. Welcome to guys here. I also really liked this sign too. The use at your own risk. Do not take Do take uttermost care when walking in the area. Respect fences and barriers at your own safety. Do not break or collect stuff. Do not throw rocks, coins, or litter into the geysers. Remember, the water is 80 to 90 degrees Celsius, 176 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. It will burn badly. Don't test the temperature with your hands. It will burn. The nearest hospital is 62 kilometers away. Like, they're not joking. They're like, don't fucking put your hands in the water. Don't do it.
And I don't know if it's that one or there's one of the other ones. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't know if that's Stroker.
This is the main one, like the big one that they have
Yeah,
on the
but there's
Golden
like
Circle
one
Tour.
that like goes off every 20 minutes. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it
have-
was Geyser. It was the other one. What are
No,
the
this
other
is-
ones? I don't
this-
know, but it
This
was
is
so
the
cool.
every 20-minute one. I got a picture of it. It's not a great picture, but it's not doing anything special in this picture. But that's the geyser, because I like to take pictures, people, as you've discovered.
I mean, I have a
trying to see
really,
if
I have a really cool. Oh,
Oh, what did I do?
no, I had messaged our good old friend, former, why am I forgetting his name? Because now I always think of him as his real name. But CCP Falcon, our good former CCP Falcon. I sent him a message earlier saying like, hey, you're gonna be back in your country in May for FanFest, and he just messaged me back. So maybe we can try to get him to come out and hang out with us. Cause
There's a picture of the geyser going off. That's the 20-minute one.
yeah, cause like I always loved CCP Falcon.
Falcon's such good people.
And it was kind of a shame when he left, but I know he was on to, bigger and better things, as they say. And he's still in Iceland. So
Him and his amazing partner Graham. Like, I am so happy to
there's
see.
the thing, it's so cool. It's like seriously, it goes off pretty big.
And if you're standing there watching it, like the water goes in and out and in and out, and then suddenly it looks like a bathtub draining, and then and off it goes again. Q says, "Heck yeah, I'm gonna try to hit it up on Iceland. You guys doing DC? Maybe. I'm thinking about it."
So DC is like in January, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, because I do have relatives in DC, but that's gonna be. I might not be able to like just fly off and do whatever like I used to.
I'm gonna be responsible with the things and
Yeah,
stuff.
responsible and actually make sure I stay around and do my work.
January 14th and 15th.
I'll have to check.
Oh, guys.
Because this usually hasn't been super hard to get there. But I just like flights.google.com from New Orleans to what is Washington D.C. Dulles?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna be like Washington.
Now I'm doing Toronto to Washington.
I know our very fun stream here. Oh, that's cheap. Who's that? Spirit. That's why it's Spirit.
We don't want Spirit.
Otherwise, it's like American. Southwest has something, but it's not gonna show me. Oh, there's
$400 Canadian for 1 hour flight. I'll just drive. Screw that.
Yeah, that's.
Like, I can fly for an hour, or I can drive
Dulles
for
or
5.
Reagan. That's it. But that's a consideration. I'll have to think about it. I know, like some people like Brisk would be there. His tall ass. Like Brisk Rubal is one of those super tall Eve nerds that I saw him at Vegas, and I literally have to look up to talk to him. Like, cause he's like 6'6" or something, and I'm 5'5", so
He's 6'4".
At some point, it doesn't matter. You're super tall. Like,
He's
it's taller
than
me.
me. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I have to look up, and that's all that matters. But you get to meet people like that, and it's kind of crazy because I love how people are starting to get back together again. I like to think, Eve New Orleans was kind of the biggest one to start in 2021
of the things
after months of nothingness. And we are still figuring out Eve New Orleans next year, by the way, now that they've announce FanFest because we want to try to keep it in the spring.
I wish
But-
honestly that freaking Canada had their stuff sorted properly. Like I'm still on the fence, guys. I'm not gonna lie for Eve North because Canada's whack, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but
So,
there's lots of
Alana,
cool, exciting things coming out in game and out of game. So
we've
keep
got
in
the
touch,
things
and we will talk about it lots every week.
next week when we're back next
But
week.
yeah,
So next week we're gonna try and Mike Azariah and his Magic School Bus. If you're actually watching my show, and I know we've been missing our messages back and forth, but we're gonna try and get Mike on next week. I'm hoping we can make it work with his schedule and ours, so we can do the things and the stuff and talk about Magic School Bus and all the good shit that he does there. But other than that, guys, we'll be obviously talking about Magic School Bus with or without Mike. And we're also going to talk about the New Dawn releases and stuff once they actually go super live and people can see what these new changes are and the sites and the ores and the things. And yeah, guys. So who are we going to raid, Delana? We have to raid someone.
good question. Who is playing Eve Online right now?
I see Steve's Haven, Mr. Unlucky, Udama Scout.
Because obviously, like, there's some goons.
Isn't it Gur?
Hat gons. There's my friend Ginger Flame.
We can raid Ginger Flame then.
Yeah.
Let's do Ginger Flame. Am I raiding Ginger Flame?
Yes. Are you clicking on a thing?
I have the things.
I know Rampage Inc. That's Why do I forget people's names? I literally saw him at Vegas too.
It's Merc and Brisk.
Merc. That's yeah. It's gonna be a heck of a time remembering people's names when we get to FanFest. I'll tell you.
It's not Matani. It's Merkel-chan. I think it is.
Yeah. Unless he's on, but I don't think he would be. But anyways, yeah. So we're going on to Ginger's channel. Hope you stick around and say hi to him, because
You have to support the love.
he came back to Eve and now he's been doing lots of stuff. He misheard you, yeah, because Matani makes a big splash whenever he joins channels, and he tends to like go in, drop a bomb, and then just leave, like he did on Trash Talk Tuesday.
It was a good day. Anyways, guys, we're gonna head off. Here we go. We're raiding now. 3, 2,
See you next week.
1. Away we go.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna unmute this for me.
All right, and we're